Hey all, welcome back. This is a little share. It's actually an extraction from the longer format of the live Q&A recently. And I thought this question and answer might be generally helpful for some people. I'll try to have it kind of defined in the title so that you're only clicking on it if it's something that will be useful to you in your claim or your post-claim activity with the SSA with regard to other Social Security disability, SSI, dependent benefits, or retirement benefits, or anything else that could touch on the Social Security world that we all swim in right now. So I hope it helps, and I will talk to you later. If you ever want to be there live, that would be Wednesday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the usually about 2 hours Q&A session, so anybody can ask their Social Security questions if they so desire. Okay, I will see you then. Bye, guys. How can I ask my doctor to help me get? This is a new doctor. I think you're making a big mistake. Doctors, I believe, will often feel like they're being used for you to try to get a winning lottery ticket from SSD. It is just the perception. I don't think you're doing that at all. So go there and go for treatment for the problems you have and be very clear about how it limits you, hurts you, this and that and the other thing, and let the natural doctor-patient relationship take its course. You can order your records anytime. If she has a portal, you can download the progress note. And you can see whether she's recording what you're saying and treating you, in that way. But to go to a new doctor, and even to do this for old doctors, because doctors don't really know their patients usually anymore, so they don't really have this little close bond with you. If you go to a new doctor and say, "Oh, I'm here because I have a bad back and I really need to win disability," guaranteed you're going to be worsening your records. I would probably give my right arm on a bet. Okay. So you just saw a little clip from one of our live Q&As. It might leave you more questions, particularly if you had a little piece of that applied to you and some more facts that would make things different. If you do, feel free to put a comment down below about the extra details, and we could maybe even make a video on the particular aspects of that you'd be interested in. So in any event, I hope to see you on Wednesdays, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also 9 o'clock a.m. every day. We have a share from the field, so to speak, of things that happen in our workday. So hope to see you then, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey, so if the subject matter of the video you just listened to is of interest and you want more on it, stay tuned. Here's another one about the same topic, but a little bit different. Bye now. Good evening. Really quick warning here about something that ends up showing up in medical records, and it completely portrays you in a way that isn't good, and I'm sure you did not mean. And it's really interesting how it happens, because sometimes I think it's a little underhanded. So I just want to share it with you so you can be aware. Sometimes something will show up in a medical record, a narrative that was perhaps produced by a medical assistant or a nurse or a tech or even a doctor. And it might say something to the effect of, "Patient is here because he wants disability," or "Patient is fighting a disability claim and wants a report," or "Patient wants a letter saying he can't work for disability." All of those have their various unintended and not so favorable interpretations. I know oftentimes what it is a patient who has a disability claim talks to their doctor because they know about all their impairments, and they're explaining how they can't work, and they are filing for disability because they paid in all these years and they are unable to go to work, and et cetera, et cetera. And would the doctor be willing to just write a note about what he thinks about your abilities to work full time? It's an innocent enough question, of course, but you'd be surprised how often it is. The mere fact that the question is included in the medical records tends to make me think that the medical provider who put it in there is not really keen on you or perhaps anybody filing for disability. I've heard different scenarios from different medical providers about it. And the theory is that sometimes, it could be a variety of things. That medical provider could be, "Hey, if I'm working with an aching back, so can you." And they're not going to say that to you necessarily, but you watch that little snarky comment get in the records. It's unfortunate because I really think it sets a tone for whatever decision makers on your case when they see that, because the obviously interpretation is that the medical provider clearly thinks that you don't have a valid reason to file for disability. So that is not helpful at all. What I tell my clients is, you know what? Don't even talk to your doctors about disability. Unless your doctor is like, listen, you need to come out of work or you're going to die. If they say something that is significant, if they say, I really think you need to stop working, file for disability, do what you got to do, but you've got to rest this body, blah, 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 blah. Awesome. Now you got a doctor who is supportive. He obviously knows you well. Let's face it, a lot of these doctors don't know you from a hill of beans. So, sharing with them that you're filing is a huge risk. So I think it's the better side is cautious and not sharing your entire life, particularly your legal life, with your doctor unless and until you have reason to know that he would be supportive. He's not going to do anything to help you if he has no idea what disability is about. A lot of them have no idea. A lot of them think it means that you are an invalid. And therefore, when they see you in the office and you got there by yourself, you're not an invalid. Obviously, you are kind of not really validly applying for disability. Of course, what they don't know is that is not the definition of disability. But you know what? You can't, people that don't want to know about it aren't going to know about it. It's not his field, or her field. So I just think too many times I see it backfire. When you're just looking for a little support because you know your body and you know what you're able to do and not able to do, and you ask your doctor, not so good. There are times later in the case after we've seen what's in the medical records and we know what's going to be legally relevant and helpful versus what's not there or what's actually not helpful, if so. And therefore we know if we're going to try to get the doctor to share a little more clarification about your condition that maybe his records weren't very clear about, that would be a different situation, different than letting it just be off the cuff. He's here because he's looking for disability. Okay. So I think don't mention it unless you have reason to. Loose lips. Okay. There are biased people out there. And in the medical field, it's maybe one of the worst ones. So just know that not everybody is always on your side. Not in terms of disability cases. They're on your side about getting you in the door and treating you, and it's a business, but sometimes that's where the buck stops. So just kidding you. Thank you for joining and taking a listen to this video. If you have any questions that relate to this or anything else with regard to Social Security, disability, retirement, SSI, etc., please do feel free to post it in the comments below, even if it's not necessarily related to this video. And I will see them. And if it's something I can do a video on, I will be happy to do that. If you are looking for representation in a current battle to prove that you are disabled, whether you have applied yet or not, and ideally, if you have not applied yet, that's when we like to come in and start from the beginning and do our wonders. You can go to joydisability.com, look up to your left, and there's a little link for a free SSD evaluation, and we will take a look at it and let you know one way or the other. If you are looking for a consultation, not representation, or you can't get representation for whatever reason, or it's a non-representational type of issue you need to review, you are more than welcome to order a prepaid consultation. It will be with me personally, and that link is on that same page, joydisability.com, but over in the upper right. Anyway, thanks for staying tuned, and I hope to see you every day, 9 a.m. with our little video shares or live Q&A if you want to join me live on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.